to start, I know you've had a rebrand company, slight name change, so just the thinking behind that, why have you done it?
Yeah, sure. So we were AFL Hyperscale, and we just dropped the Hyperscale part and just became AFL. Main reason behind it, we're growing so fast across the globe at the moment. Doing it as two brands, it just wasn't making much sense. So what made the most amount of sense was just to become AFL and take all of our decent products and solutions with us, give it a fresh lick of paint, and go to market as AFL.
Okay, and in terms of the growth, I mean, perhaps you can give us a quick oversight of the product portfolio and then maybe explain where the growth is, if it's across all the product sets or there are particular applications. And we're obviously today we're at the data center event, so anything data center related in particular would be good to understand.
Yeah, sure. So anything that is inside the data hall, call that our white space solutions. So there has been a really, really good area for us, and also the cabling between data centers as well, so our data center interconnections. But where we've seen lots of growth is in the AI network deployments. So lots of the kind of largest cloud companies have been thinking about, okay, what do they need to do and how do they improve their networks? So we've been working closely with them on helping them define and build those solutions as well.
Okay, and so on the AI, because everyone knows there's this AI explosion, it's starting, I guess, and it's going to become, I don't know how big, but you're talking, so hyperscale, is there also at some stage the edge AI, is that going to give you another sort of market? Because I guess at the moment the edge is served a lot by wireless and mobile, but if we're talking data centers and critical applications, people are presumably going to want some hardwired connectivity. So what's that look like?
So my view on that is I don't really know the answer, because when we look at the startups that are kind of beginning at the moment, they're all leveraging the hyperscales AI capabilities to kind of define themselves. So we are looking at other kind of adjacent markets into enterprises like financials and the education sector. Are they going to start building their own AI networks? And we've seen some movement, but by and large, a lot of people are leveraging the kind of hyperscales AI capabilities to kind of define their own kind of like startups, if that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, and in terms of the AI potential at that hyperscale level, I say it's a bit of a guessing game, but do you have any idea as an organisation just how big it could be for you in terms of how many data centres are going to be out there and the connectivity requirements?
The data centre space is finite, so more compact connector density, smaller diameter cables, and just packing in as much into those data centers as possible, and trying to make it more energy efficient as well. The energy consumption for AI networks is insane. The fiber connectivity required is insane as well. So doing more in the same amount of space is basically the answer.
And you mentioned earlier, I think, the interconnect. Again, are these new facilities and existing ones that are going to be upgraded potentially for AI? Is there going to be more requirement for interconnects to move this data around? So is that putting another opportunity your way?
We think so. At the moment, the kind of AI parts of the network are kind of self-contained and then hooked into like the rest of the white space. But what we do envision is that the whole scaling up of the rest of white space and data center interconnection will have to eventually increase to meet those increases in demand. At the moment, how that white space and DCI changes, we're not seeing just yet, but we do expect that to happen within the coming months, years. I mean, it's moving so quickly.
Sure. Yeah. Okay, and maybe just in finishing, and I know it's often difficult because you don't want to give away any secrets, but is there anything you can give us in terms of the roadmap for yourselves this year? Is it more of the same inverted commas, or are there some new things to look out for, whether you can tell us much about them, or what's going on for the rest of the year?
It would be great to see some standardization across what different companies are looking to do. But from what we're seeing at the moment, lots of different companies are looking at lots of different ways to expand their kind of fiber capacity. So the more standardization, the better. the amount of manufacturing capacity that you've got to have available to support this boom in AI networking is the challenge here. So yeah, technology roadmap, again, everything's smaller. The real challenge for manufacturers is the manufacturing capacity.
Giving us some great insights into what's going on.
Thank
So
you.
Gareth, appreciate your time.
Yeah,
Thank you.
no worries. Thank you very much.
Thanks.